It is exactly a minute past 3 p.m. East African time. You're right in time for Business Today, your one-stop show for the latest in the world of business, not just in Kenya, East Africa, but across the world. So welcome wherever it is you are tuned in from. I am Brian Georgetino. I have the latest in the world of business. But first off, let's now look at what we prepared for you on the Financial Standard, which is our premium corporate magazine, and a pullout that comes out on the Standard newspaper. You know, only the bold say the truth. Let's look at the top stories right there. The bitter truth about Uhuru's COVID goodies. To the layman, state interventions to help Kenyans weather the pandemic are well-meaning, but experts fear that they could be setting up the country for more economic pain. Should they backfire or end prematurely? Remember, on 20th of October this year, the president, of course, announced a lot of measures, a 25 billion cushioning plan for the economy amidst all these things that are happening, amidst the pandemic and all these things. People had cried out that they are not making ends meet, businesses had been affected, and then the government injected a 25 billion shilling buffer against all these things. So, of course, Patrick Alushula says President Uhuru Kenyatta's interventions are softening the economic blows for Kenyans, even as some of them are set to expire a month after next year's polls. Remember, in his penultimate State of the Nation address in Parliament a couple of weeks ago, we saw the president coming out again to just speak about how about his legacy and, of course, how he is planning to cushion the economy against the shocks that it has experienced during this pandemic. Do grab a copy of the Standard newspaper today so that you can have your copy and have all this and so much more. If you're unable to get it, to get the physical copy or the hard copy, you can actually log on to standardmedia.co.ke, where you're going to get the e-paper right there for just 20 Kenya shillings. And of course, these stories are also on our website, still at standardmedia.co.ke. We are right on time. We want to take off for this 30-minute show. But first off, let me show you how the currencies are trading in the Central Bank of Kenya. Shall we? Four minutes past 3 p.m. East African time. Let's now give you the lowdown. So the Senate Committee on Budget and Finance has faulted National Treasury for overestimating revenue collection for the financial year 2022-2023. Treasury projects ordinary revenue will reach 2.1 trillion Kenya shillings against a projection of 1.8 trillion shillings for the ongoing financial year. The committee says, assuming there is no policy change scenario, it is an indication of an overestimation. We will have more on our report, on this report again, in our subsequent bulletins of the day. Very well, and of course that is with regard to the budget policy statement, so we are keeping an eye on that to furnish you with the details as the time goes by. Let's now talk about climate change. Earlier, the Kenya National Drought Management Authority records indicated at least 2 million Kenyans had been affected by the drought due to the dry spell experienced in the country. With the onset of the rains in different parts of the nation, farmers are all hands on deck, tilling their land to grow their plants, but